Move on to another edition of the Smashlights, where we chill at the banks of the river Styx and we talk about whatever we want at massive personal risk and expense and for very little pay. Let's talk cosmology. The first segment shall be a cosmology segment. Please leave a comment if you have cosmology subjects you'd like covered. We may cover it on the forums. We may cover it on the videos. Who knows? Deneb, the brightest intrinsic object visible from the Earth solar system in the galaxy. So it's also a celestial pole star, sort of at the other end of the precessional cycle of the Earth's axial wobble. And this is a great article telling you about how visible this is, when it sets, when it's at zenith and so on, and how it's visible from the southern hemisphere. As Deneb spends the entire year circling Polaris. And so it's part of the summer triangle also, along with Vega and Altair. If you want to read about that, if you want to read more about that, head to smashamash.com/forum in our cosmology forum. We're going to compile lots of information about that particular object, not only because it's interesting from a cosmology perspective, but apparently it was revered by ancient human civilizations worldwide. In other words, it has a lot to teach cosmologists about the nature and origin of relativistic jets, massive binary stellar systems, poloidal fields, perspective, cosmic rays, and the relationship between infrared, radio, X-ray, and other wavelengths versus outburst activity, emission versus absorption spectra, and lots more. The distance to this object is vastly contested. Some people think it's 3,000 light years. Other people think it's nearly 40,000 light years. Here are the transients of that particular object, by the way. Cygnus X3, if you don't know about it, it's a high-mass X-ray binary. You can follow its transients yourself at the Neil Garrel Swift Observatory, which is monitoring like 1,600 different, not that many, about 1,000 X-ray sources for their sudden transient outbursts. And Cygnus X3 is super interesting because it's one of the only known point sources for cosmic rays. As you can see, it's just coming off of its quiescent state here. When it's down on this zero line like it is here, it's in a very deactivated state, and it would be a great time to study this as it goes into a higher energy state, especially in terms of radio frequencies, as this has a radio jet which you live inside of. Let's talk about cosmic ray monitors. As Deneb is able to send at least neutrons, apparently, all the way across part of the galaxy and into the Earth. I don't know if you were aware, but that's we won't get into what a cosmic ray is on this. It's the daily space weather. But it may behoove you to understand the relationship between cosmic rays and climate, for example. So here's the Apatity and Barentsburg neutron monitors, and as we're not surprised, we see a ramp down over the past 15 days and an overall slight ramp down here at Apatity. Barentsburg showing a slight overall ramp down also of cosmic ray flux. How about Athens, Greece? Is it back? Is it back? Don't be surprised if you see a whole bunch of communications outages in the next day or so, because we're expecting even higher levels of electron flux. So back to neutrons. Here's the Athens neutron monitor. And we see a tiny uptrend here over the past 30 days at Athens, although it's been flat over the past 20. Going a little farther south to Mexico City, let's see if this one's back online. Come on, Mexico City! Should it? I'm hoping, come on, I got my fingers crossed. Did I click it? And I think it's still down. Moscow's also down, so we'll look at OLU and DOMC Antarctica. And we are streaming live, as we appreciate the tension created by a Stygian live stream. Here is the OLU neutron monitor. You can see it's quite flat over the past 30 days there, and here's DOMC. Flat over the past 30 days there. Monitor these yourself if you don't already. It's a great site. I like it. It's Russian. I don't know if you're scared of Russian sites, don't view it. And here ends today's cosmology segment. Another common thread at the Smash News Network. RX July 08984. No, I don't want to become famous. I want to become rich. And that is why I don't purchase subscribers and so on. Nice try. Nice try. Let's get back to Stygia. By the way, if you're not aware, one of the denizens of Stygia is Cerberus, the three-headed dog who guards the gates of Hades. I haven't seen him. If you see him, throw him a biscuit for me. I don't think he'll bother me because I'm not trying to make it through the gates of Hades in an unauthorized fashion. If you see Charon, let him know. And here's why we have these lights on. It's because of these sycophants. I don't know if you've ever seen a Stygian mosquito, but it's not very fun. Plus, if you get bitten by a Stygian mosquito, you could end up with the Crimson Curse, and you could end up with terrible quotes, such as, "Only the blood will help me now." So I don't know. If you get the Crimson Curse, I may be immune because of my white hat status, but if you get the Crimson Curse, you'll start drinking blood, but not directly out of people. You go to a blood bank and try to hold the place up and steal their blood, and you'll do all kinds of weird stuff, and you'll start acting a little bit like Igor. So here at the Smash News Network, we highly discourage getting bitten by Stygian mosquitoes known as sycophants, or being a sycophant. And we also discourage being a COVIDiot. So one of the things we talk about regularly is COVID-19, coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, the virus, the Rona, whatever you are calling it today. Yeah, I don't have very much to say, except that you should visit our websites, as we've got souvenirs. Today's featured souvenir is the All Things Matter Black. Yes, all things matter. All things matter. All things matter. Condensed matter matters. Were you aware? Visit our link, smashomash.org, smashomash.com. Hey, thanks to our Twitch followers. Again, we are streaming live. It's twitch.tv/smashomash if you enjoy the content on YouTube. Thanks for viewing our live premieres, by the way, to our regs. And thanks to our new subscribers, etc. Please don't forget to share on your social media. Press like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell your friends, foes, science noobs, and science pros. Don't forget to branch out into alt tech, such as BitChute. BitChute.com/smashomash. We just produced a BitChute exclusive. Banks of the River Styx BitChute exclusive. Yeah. Were you aware? It's not particularly censored. So if you want to see that one, you'll have to view it on BitChute. It's not even processed yet. That's how fresh off the press that is. All the way. Also follow us on Twitter. We've already got over 2,000 tweets. And again, make sure you use the promo code MANSA when you visit the Teespring store. Thanks to everybody who's purchased products. We greatly appreciate that. Also, check out our affiliate link and so on. The shirts are beautiful, by the way. This is actually me. Here, check it out. MANSA, make America not suck again. It's up to you. And that's nonpartisan, which is why the shirt is purple. Let's talk about a partisan. Oh, man. Have you heard the latest gaffe? This is an article from Law Enforcement Today, which does not appear to be partisan. I don't know. I think they're looking out for law enforcement personnel. Biden claims his campaign assembled, quote, the most extensive voter fraud organization in the history of U.S., end quote. Yeah. Here's a clip.
Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for our the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Yeah, you heard it. If you don't read Law Enforcement Today, maybe you want to. Let's talk about the 74 things that Trump did in response to the pandemic. As we keep hearing nonsense in the news, complete bias. Oh, Trump didn't do anything. What about declaring a national emergency, providing over $442 billion in federal funding to states, territories, and tribes? Legislation securing $8.3 billion for a coronavirus response, and all kinds of bailout, stimulus, yada, 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 sending checks to people, inflating the money supply, and being fiscally generally unconservative. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with these crazy campaign arguments, but note the list. The list of 74 things that were done. Oh, yeah. All right. And again, make sure you follow us on alttechminds.com. If you set up an account over there, you'll see memes like the latest post, only only a few minutes ago. Who votes for these people in the Senate and pays them to escalate? Much less legislate. Minds.com/smashamash. It's an alternative to Facebook. You won't be censored for putting up a meme about reach around and overreaches. Again, don't forget to apply the promo code MANSA under any Teespring orders. That will, like our broadcasts from the River Styx, continue until, well, I guess midnight on Halloween. We're going to be still doing this. And uh-oh. Oh, man. We lost power on one of the anti-sycophant lights. All right. Anyway, here ends another episode of the Smash Lights. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get back to some data here, as I'm getting freaked out at the Smash News Network. Let's talk electrons. There are lots of electrons, and we're back into an electron storm mode here. And here's the one-year chart. You can see lots of electrons out there. We see significant charging hazards. There's where they are located. And we're forecasting an even higher increase. We're going to get to even higher levels to where we were last time. So you're going to see, we're expecting another wave a little above this past one. Another big-time electron storm. Let's keep an eye on the sun and see what happens next.